Ladies and gentlemen, moving on to the next fight of the evening, which will be a bantamweight bout for 3 5-minute rounds. Let's start by calling the man fighting out of the blue corner into the octagon, Abderrahman Mamdouh.
Mamdouh is another type of fighter we always enjoy at NFL. That is one who grew up doing taekwondo. There's something about in the same way that judo for grappling and clinch work is often exciting and leads to blockbuster events. There's something about taekwondo and just the comfortableness of using their legs and the movement.
Taekwondo was my first martial art, and as somebody who analyzes martial arts, I can tell you, of course, the footwork and the management of where you are in connection to where your opponent is big. But even Professor John Danaher and some of the most elite jiu-jitsu people will say that Taekwondo athletes learn jiu-jitsu faster because of their leg dexterity. So there's these odd elements that get brought in that, you might not see on the surface, but like I said, the range, distance, mobility of the feet, but also your ability to quickly learn jiu-jitsu because of your connection to how you move your lower half of your body.
Some of those unintended benefits, as you were.
Yeah, and those carry over for other things too. If you see somebody who learned to play drums as a child, drummers use all 4 limbs independently. Teach that kid jiu-jitsu too and watch how quickly they learn, right? There's a lot, soccer players, there's a lot of carryover that people don't realize. Some of it is nuanced, but some of it is very real.
And Mamdouh has a really solid Taekwondo background. He plays second in the Morocco Taekwondo Championships, Taekwondo red belt. Yeah, it'll be fascinating to see how he uses that martial art and expresses it on stage.
And introducing next his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, Barry Irausquin.
Barry Irausquin is one of the MMA athletes who's kind of grown a bit with LFL, had a little bit of LFL new talent rise up before going pro later. He won his pro debut on LFL 14, but found himself on a little bit of a losing streak. His last fight, lost by a triangle choke in LFL 20. And you've got to put a lot of respect to the kid for getting back into the cage.
Yeah, and we were just talking about how your background informs your martial arts your ability to learn and express martial arts. He was a football player and a baseball player and just an overall athlete. And again, that carries over in very, very different ways. But you're right. Losses are difficult to take. The younger you are, the harder, it can be. So good to see him here back. He's got a very specific type of challenge in front of him, and there may be a very specific strategy with which to win this fight. Get on top and grind and elbow.
Both these guys, long and tall for this weight class. Both like to fight on the feet, and it's going to be very interesting to see how Mamdouh's going to approach this fight, fighting Irausquin. Irausquin won with that beautiful knockout on his debut at LFL, and then every fight after that he lost. But if you just look at that, it doesn't say, everything about this fighter, because he's always in great fights, and he's had a lot of good moments. He had knockdowns in those fights. He was very close to winning those fights. So just a very young, talented fighter, and very eager to fight and get a win again.
Similar bodies and same age. Both of them have had wonderful fights, but they've been on the wrong end of it more often than the right end. So it's a perfect matchup for both of them.
And introducing first the man fighting out of the blue corner. He is 26 years old. He stands at 178 centimeters tall, hailing from Morocco, representing Camp IQ, Abderrahman Kamikaze. Introducing next his opponent, fighting out of the red corner. He is 26 years old. He stands at 177 centimeters tall. Hailing from Curaçao, representing Fight IQ, Barry Irausquin. And the referee for this bout will be Mr. Tariq Khan.
We've been over the rules. Protect yourself at all times. Fight hard and fight clean. When I say stop, you stop. If you want to touch gloves now. Step back to your corners.
A glove touch, and we are ready to go in our fourth fight
Judge.
of LFL 21.
Judge.
Mamdouh
Judge.
versus Irausquin.
Fighters, you ready? Round one, let's go to work.
Here we go. Irausquin straight forward, a bit aggressively.
Mamdouh is quite vertical, which is sort of a traditional taekwondo stance.
I think you also see with taekwondo fighters a lot of times they keep their chins up. The way he's moving. Try to be careful with that, I was gonna say.
Yeah. Some of the goal is that you want to move your torso to avoid things. And to be honest, keeping your hands up is not the most useful thing when you're going to get kicked in the head. Moving your head out of the way is. So, you know, keeping that head mobile and his upper body mobile will be the answer. But right now, yeah, his chin is up fairly high. He's thinking about offense, not defense.
You see his body's moving, but his head is still. And it's never a good thing. And Irausquin has proven in the past that that chin.
He's found it a couple of times.
He's got beautiful long 1-2s. Landed that beautiful right hand, I believe, in his debut, where he knocked out his opponent. Beautiful head movement, and then threw that. And
There it is.
Over the shoulder.
Irausquin is finding a home for those rights.
Mamdouh takes away the space. The punch came up and over the shoulder. Mamdouh's got his hands locked, but he's a little high. Now he's better. Yeah, well, it's close. No, it's not going to be there. He was so close on both.
he still got it, but Irausquin is doing a good job, making his hips heavy, spraying his legs.
There it is.
He's got
There
him
it
up.
is.
That's how you turn a taekwondo fighter into a grappler.
Yeah, punch him with your right hand over the shoulder. But to Mamdouh's credit, he did get the takedown, and now he's
good.
riding a hip.
He's looking smooth. He's looking, actually, in my opinion, he's looking better than he was on the feet.
Always looking for the choke.
There's no rush here. 2.5 minutes, you could start to establish or advance your position.
It's difficult to finish a rear naked choke close to the fence. There's not a lot of space, and you're
And,
able to use that fence to keep him off your back.
A couple of things working against it. He's across the face. You can really pressure the face there. The position of where, well,
Yeah, Irausquin's managed to switch his hips out of that a little bit.
Mamdouh's got a wrist ride, though. He's got the arm under control. He could go for a triangle
somebody
here.
could be on top here. It's going to be a weird position shift. Oh, the round. And that's the leg
fingers out the
dexterity I
cage.
was talking about. To capture the body with the legs.
Nice job by Irausquin to use the cage.
Lovely reversal from Irausquin.
Irausquin's going to take his turn now.
And we've seen that in Irausquin's previous fights. He does a great job staying calm in those positions. Always finds a way out and finds himself back in the fight.
Mamdouh's looking for the Kimura grip.
I was Irausquin, I would stand up because he was having a lot of success with his long 1-2s.
You know, he could get this arm free. He'll at least be able to go belly
Nice job.
down
He's going
here.
for an armbar here. Counter to Kimura by Mamdouh.
But Mamdouh
Giving
ends
up the
on top.
position.
Heavy elbow there by Mamdouh.
Really good back and forth fight. They are exactly as advertised, like both at similar points in their career, both with big skills but small holes left in their developing games. So a lot of fun.
Some shots coming in from Mamdouh here. It's been a tough one for the judges to work out. It's been back and forth. But the longer someone stays in the dominant top position, the easier it will be for the judges.
Irausquin does a good job going back to defense, trying to use it in his advantage, getting back to his feet. Now he's got to have to pressure the hands of Mamdouh. And props to Mamdouh again for getting himself in this position, because Irausquin was really finding a home on the feet for his punches.
Yeah. Mamdouh will get another takedown.
Takedown.
A little bit of a little harder that time. You know, Mamdouh's dictated to the ground twice. He got reversed once, but he reversed him back again. So although he absorbed some pretty big punches and was knocked down, the remaining 3.5 minutes have gone more to him.
It'll be an intriguing for the judges to see how they balance the knockdown compared to 3.5 minutes, as you said, of control.
Yeah, it was a clean knockdown, right hand over the shoulder. I think a lot of judges will see that most meaningful moment being the knockdown, and you know, 3 out of 4 judges in the world are going to see that for Irausquin because of that, I think.
Here's the knockdown.
Oh, that's one that got there. Similar punch. So watch that. Those 2 punches. Watch when the knockdown looks exactly the same.
There it is.
Over the shoulder.
Looked like a completely new fighter when he got in the clinch and was able to take him down a couple times. Moved very smooth when he got the fight to the ground.
There we go. Very similar stats again, with Mamdouh just about edging the number of strikes.
You know, when the strikes are pretty close like that, but the one single strike resulted in the biggest outcome, which was the one overhand right over the shoulder. They're going to see it for him often. They're going to see it for Irausquin.
See if Irausquin can take advantage. There's another right again.
Mamdouh is going to go home, watch this fight, and immediately begin working on slipping his head underneath ropes tied across from a...
Good sprawl by Irausquin and a nice frame to stay on the feet there.
Bobbing and weaving under something as training, because his chin's just floating in a little too stationary of a target. The next time you see him fighting, his head will be moving like crazy, because when you find something you can improve, you can go home and go to work on it. Especially when you're doing as well as you are here, despite that thing.
Oh, lovely right. Walking in, some knees. Irausquin has found Mamdouh's number here.
Mamdouh's got chance.
Oh, it's a spinning back fist. Putting elbow even.
Irausquin needs to step back. He needs to frame. He needs to get out of this position. He needs to go back to boxing.
Instead, Mamdouh turns him to the fence.
He makes
and then shucks the shoulder up and joins his hands.
He's got a body lock with those long arms, and he's going to try and drag him down again.
He succeeded twice in round 1.
Irausquin needs to break free. Good job here. That's where he wants to be.
Mamdouh is not afraid to get taken down. He should be firing off these kicks. Spend a lifetime developing all these kicking techniques.
Another 1-2.
Moving his head slightly more. It's adapting in the fire. Natural.
Good calf kick there by Irausquin.
Some shots coming forward there by Mamdouh, but nothing. Oh! It's a big right.
Every single right Irausquin throws is dangerous.
Yep. Mamdouh's improved slightly in the fight with his movement and his defensive systems.
But there's a nice attempt at like a spinning back kick from the...
I like how calm Irausquin is staying.
Another right.
He's going to find a home for it. He's gonna put him down soon.
Surely you can see Mamdouh's face is all red and swollen from those rights, especially on his left side.
But he stays in the clinch yet again. Same mistake he made earlier.
He's going to try to break out of it.
And this gives Mamdouh a chance to use those long limbs to then maybe get a takedown. And on the floor, he looked like he had Irausquin's number.
If you are Irausquin, you give him the opportunity to do this, to turn you around, put you against the fence, You need to step back. You need to frame. You need to bring yourself back into boxing range. Because he's hurt him like 7 or 8 times now, I think.
Yeah, Irausquin's close to his corner. I'm surprised they aren't telling him separate, step back. You're eating him up on the feet.
And Mamdouh easily turns him around again, and now he's attacking again against the fence, looking for the takedown.
Yeah, and he had 2. There he goes, lifted him again, 3rd time in this fight.
And the only reason he's able to do this is because Irausquin allows him to be in the clinch with him.
Irausquin's back up, but if he gets him down again, although there's only 90 seconds remaining, and he got dropped in this round. So for Mamdouh, he's got to not just take him down, he has to do something to nullify that big blow that he
shucks him off. Now, is Irausquin going to separate or accept the position?
Head position, and then he needs to bring his arms in position.
Okay.
Same step back, and now he needs to throw his combos again.
Nice block, but beautiful spinning back fist.
Combination.
Left to right.
You heard him again with the left.
Irausquin's coming in. He's unloading.
Then
Mamdouh answered back. He was going to get hit either way. He might as well throw back, and he
1,
did.
2. That wobbled him, but he's pulled him into the clinch again.
Beautiful right hand right above the ear of Mamdouh. Man, it's going to be so frustrating for Irausquin's corner.
Reversed again. Good work by Mamdouh just to try and take some of the sting out of this.
And fighters go into the clinch because they're tired. They want to stay close so they're not, being hit and all that. But if you're having so much success boxing, and every single time you hurt him, you go into clinch.
You go into the clinch in those moments because you're also tired, but you have to teach yourself to override that desire and do.
Tired too.
Yeah, exactly. What Stefan is saying is, yes, it's natural to do it, but you got to do what's unnatural, which is make the space and punch, even though you're tired, because you're the one winning. And by doing so, fighting's freaking hard, man. Like, you're like, oh man, I need to grab this guy. No, you don't. You need to separate and punch. It's mentally extremely demanding.
The quickest way for Irausquin to not be tired anymore is to knock him out.
Yeah, 100.
He's not gonna do that in the clinch.
Oh, there's a big one.
And he's hurt him like 10 times.
Yeah, he really has.
Yeah, Irausquin dominated that round, minus the takedown and a little bit of reverse along clinches. Irausquin's eating him up on the feet. Look at that, 104 strikes to 75.
Yeah, so 25 more punches, and 22 of them were really hard.
Most of the strikes Mamdouh thrown with the statistics were ground strikes. So completely different from the strikes Irausquin landed.
You ready? Bradley?
Credit to Mamdouh for the amount of damage that he's absorbed and still being able to be in this fight.
Good job by Irausquin. This is what he needs to do.
And he's not out of it yet, Mamdouh. He's shown in some of these exchanges he can click back as well.
Swing and a miss there by Irausquin. He needs to walk him down to the fence, then let his hands go again.
Push him to the fence, but then
where he wants to be.
Then gap, yeah.
Between that orange line and the fence.
Yep. That track, that orange track, if his front foot is on the orange track and Mamdouh's back is against the fence, then you got that whole gap to punch and kick it. Right here. This is exactly where he rides. That's exactly where Stefan wants him, and he's
Mamdouh really shooting beautiful single leg.
Good defense there by Irausquin to get his hips out. He's going to take the back, but Mamdouh in the grappling, finding a way every single time to end up in a better position.
Nice takedown from Irausquin there, using that dogfight position, but Mamdouh struggling back up. Let's see if Irausquin has the wherewithal to disconnect and go back to the strikes.
At position now by Irausquin, he needs to get his right arm out of that situation where he's in right now.
Acting it now.
There it is.
There's only a hand on his neck. There he's going to look to attack the clinch. That's not a bad idea either. At least be offensive in there, which will make breaking it up easier. Sometimes you strike once and then get out.
Again, stays in the clinch. Trying to land knees in a collar tie and level change by Mamdouh. Good job done by Irausquin to position his legs the way he's doing right now. It's very difficult to lock. Oh,
Yeah.
landed something big there. I thought Mamdouh's leg went limp there for a sec.
Good work by Mamdouh, just trying to slow this down and dominate, but nice right from Irausquin.
Mamdouh's walking him down now. Mamdouh's doing a good job closing the distance whenever Irausquin throws a kick or a knee.
And Mamdouh's been tenacious this round, just not let Irausquin get into a rhythm, attack the takedowns. They might not have been so successful, but they've stopped Irausquin from building up a head of steam here.
2 minutes left. Long time when you're tired.
Body lock by Mamdouh. Irausquin's throwing shots to the body. Inside trip attempt there by Mamdouh, but good defensive work by Irausquin. But this is where Mamdouh wants to be. This is where he wants the fight to be.
And he does well here, but with 1:40 we need to submit him or knock him out. And this position can lead to those things, but you got to make them happen.
Irausquin spinning out of it again. Back to boxing. Almost caught him with that right hand. Trying to set him up with the left.
Oh, rock'em sock'em robot shots from the two of them there.
This is a typical Barry Irausquin fight.
Another right hand from Irausquin, but
Nice left hand there by Mamdouh. Irausquin goes over the top. Jab to the body. Double change by Mamdouh. He's got Irausquin back to defense. Got his
Feel
hands
safe.
locked.
Yeah, you feel safe here if you're Mamdouh, and it is safer, but you've got to finish to win.
Mamdouh's gonna try and take it back.
30 seconds left.
And
He
he's
does, but
yeah.
good job done by Irausquin.
If you're Mamdouh, 15 seconds, this fight is lost unless you can land the biggest shot you've got.
Elbows by Irausquin.
Just keep him busy.
And the
A little bit of
ground.
showboating by Irausquin at the end. Exciting fight, back and forth.
Yeah.
Lots of fun.
Both men, warriors, left it all out there. You feel Irausquin maybe could have finished that with the success he was having. But a lot of this stuff far easier said than done.
Yeah.
It was very close about 10 times to drop him and finish him, but props for Mamdouh's chin. He found a way to stay in the fight, took him down a couple times, and showed he's a lot more than just a Taekwondo fighter.
Yeah.
Yeah, his grappling was, in that first round especially, like Mamdouh's grappling really had Irausquin in trouble. See there, yeah, the punches and strikes far in the favor of Irausquin. Now the question would be whether the judges see it this way, or whether they saw the control that Mamdouh tended to have in the clinch position, what that was worth.
I think they're going to see it clear for Irausquin. I really do. And that would be the right choice anyways, I believe.
Ladies and gentlemen, the judges have collected their points and come to a decision, and we have a winner by unanimous decision. Fighting out of the red corner, Barry Irausquin.
We'll get some words from Irausquin.
Congratulations, Barry Irausquin. Congratulations, man. You know, you can't win them all out here, and sometimes you do lose, but it makes winning taste so much better, doesn't it?
I couldn't have said it better, but fuck. Last year was a tough year. None of the fights went my way, but what I learned from myself is that I got a hell of perseverance. No matter how many times I lose, I'm gonna keep coming back. I'll never give up. Whew, that's the spirit of a Curacao person. Let's go.
Yeah, beautifully said. Beautifully said. You know, if everything was easy, if we won everything we ever did, if every business if every girl you ever asked out said yes, life wouldn't be as exciting and as fulfilling as it is. You know, this was a really hard fight. That's a very tough dude. The two of you guys threw over 280 strikes. But you were the one who landed the bigger ones, the cleaner ones, the more meaningful ones. What did it feel like to share a fight like that?
Man, to be honest, it was tough. There was a few moments in there where I felt like I was gonna puke. But man, when you hit those big shots and I see that his eyes rolling back in the back of his head, that feels great, man. That gives me confidence, gives me energy. And I was to be honest, I was scared. I was doubting myself. I was scared I was telling myself, am I good enough? Can I keep doing this? But having a fight like this showed me that everything I believed about myself is true.
Yes, sir. And those questions are logical questions to ask yourself. But you don't know the answer until you know it, and tonight you know it. Please take a moment and thank your people and say whatever you feel.
Man, I used to fight to prove myself to everyone else, like I was fighting against the whole world. But after my last fight, I realized that I'm surrounded by love. I'm surrounded by people who support me, people who help me, my coaches, my teammates, my parents, my brother. I'm grateful, I'm happy. Thank you.
Good. Congratulations, man. Thank you for showing that here tonight. Your winner, Barry Irausquin.
You can see Irausquin is emotional about that, and no surprise to go from a 3-streak losing run to getting a victory in a hard-fought match like that is it's a big thing for the young man.
Yeah, I can completely understand, and I know from Irausquin he's always training, he's always hungry to fight, and he gives it his all. And when you lose fights, when you're that focused and that into achieving your goals and it doesn't work, man, it's frustrating. Then you get that win again. It's the best feeling ever.
Oh. And you can see it means the world to the man.
As well.
You know, I like to say that fighting is a metaphor for life itself, right? And you can try everything, do all the work, push yourself as hard as you can and still fail. We all do that in life, right?
100%.
What are you going to do about it? Are you going to just not try? Are you going to give up? No, you're going to keep pushing, and that's what he did. He did it in the fight, and he did it in his young career.